Hi, everyone. This is the second part of a two-part episode. So if you haven't heard the first one, please go back to our feed, give that one a listen, and come back to this one. Enjoy.
And then we go to Garcelle's Oxnard beach house where she is preparing for this party she's going to host. We see her come down the stairs. She's stressing a little bit about flower deliveries, the beach setup. It's 2 hours till arrival, and her assistant tells her no one has yet texted to say they're on their way. And I make note of all of this because I know everyone has trouble with how Sutton behaves in the next scene. I did not. Because she's looking after her fucking best friend who lives 2 hours away. They have not left. She is throwing a party with a staff and a setup. So it is a timely thing. And I know her delivery was god-awful, but they had to leave. And everyone's like, Sutton only thinks of herself. I'm like, no, Sutton is thinking of all of you and Garcelle, who is hosting a party for all of you and waiting on all of you to leave. And Dorit could talk for hours and hours. We all know this. So I got to move you on into the van where we can finish this conversation on our way to the party where Garcelle is, you've been a host, I've been a host.
Yeah.
When I'm hosting, I'm anxious until everyone is there and settled in. So if you're going to be an hour late because you didn't get on the road on time, I'm going to be upset and concerned and worried about the staff working overtime. Like, fuck you. Worried about sunset, lighting, all this shit. Sutton did a solid for her best friend. And that's how she started that diatribe, saying like, speaking of best friends, mine is waiting 2 hours away with a full setup for us to get there. Can we get in the fucking van and talk about your social media presence later? Sorry.
No, not to mention, there are two horrendous freeways you need to take to get to fucking Oxnard. You need to battle the 405, which is an utter crapshoot on whether you're going to be stuck there for 3 hours or 5 minutes. And then you go on the 101 North, which is the only way to get to Oxnard. Mm-hmm. It has two teeny tiny skinny fucking lanes. And it is a crowded ass freeway.
And Garcelle is waiting for you there.
Yeah.
Waiting.
Yeah.
So spending more time in Kyle's kitchen is rude. It's just rude. We have fried chicken later, so I think it's on my brain. But anyways.
Also, is that an anagram? Chicken and kitchen?
Kitchen? I don't know.
Chicken?
Wait, no.
Kitchen has a T. Holy shit.
And they both end with an N. Isn't it anagram backwards and forwards?
I'm humiliated. Oh,
no,
maybe
kitchen chicken.
What the hell is it called when you do, like, when it's the word and you can make a bunch of words out of it?
What's it called when they sound the same?
Onomatopoeia?
No, that's when it sounds like the thing that it is.
Oh, God damn it.
I can't remember. Homophone?
Homophone, yes. Homophone.
Oh, no, Margie.
No, it might be homophone. Homophone? It's probably homophone.
Who knows?
Dude, I have not been in elementary school in a long time, and literally nobody called for this. But
no, but there's the Latin root. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it sounds the same.
Yes.
So whatever that is.
Yes.
Anyways, we're at Kyle's. And Kyle's speaking. No, but now we're at Kyle's.
Oh, yeah, we're leaving Kyle's. I'm sorry.
We open with Kyle speaking Spanish about kombucha or apple cider vinegar or some shit. And then Jennifer Tilly arrives looking gorgeous with a full set of luggage, which was just, she's such a character. She too is playing rich to a 10. And
I love it so much. I love it. It's so fucking refreshing. It is so refreshing to have someone that isn't head to toe in labels, and not just labels, but like, oh, that's what's in the Louis Vuitton window right now. Oh, that's the famous prerequisite Hermes H belt that I loathe. She's got her own fucking vibe going on, and she doesn't give a fuck what anybody else thinks.
I think it's all disposable because her suitcases were Louis Vuitton, but they had pumpkins painted on them. Yeah. So clearly they were in the window right now because it's fall Louis Vuitton. And she's like, great, I'll take those to Oxnard.
You don't think that she had
custom?
Maybe. I don't know. I liked her suitcases, but
I did too. I just like her. You know what I mean?
I do too.
If Kyle had brought him, I'd be annoyed. But it's so earnest with her.
Yes.
Every expression of money is an expression of her, as opposed to people being like, I have money, look at this, like you said, label, car, whatever.
Yeah.
She's just like, I like this. And I'm like, I bet you do.
Yeah.
I believe you.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I love it. Okay. I got confused because we already talked. We went to talking about Sutton. No. It's okay. We'll get back there. We just took a little sidebar, and that happens here. That happens.
You got two hosts with Neurospiciness. So good luck.
Hella neurospiciness. Yes, yes, yes.
Then Bose arrives looking absolutely gorgeous.
Resplendent.
And Kyle, God, she's just not funny. She tries to be self-deprecating. She's like, oh, I feel like a baked potato with no butter and salt around the two of you. Oh, and she repeats it. I'm a baked potato with no butter and salt compared to you guys. I'm like, it wasn't funny the first time. It's not funny the second time. Please get a dialect coach. Your delivery is atrocious. Like, just stop.
Oh my God.
You're not charming. Ugh. So mad at her this whole episode.
And then Bose in her confessional. This is the first time I've seen Kyle since she stormed out of my house. I would think that Kyle would offer some sort of apology. But nothing? Bose. Bose.
Honestly. And the fact that that is not the most egregious offense Kyle commits in this episode, to me, just tells me everything I need to know about Kyle. That's disgusting. It's not that she just stormed out. She caused a huge scene. The whole party became about her. And
shame on you.
And
she
it was
told
just,
Bose and everybody else, shame on you.
And it was just a couple days ago or the day before even. The fact that she answers the door unbothered by her own behavior, I would be mortified.
Not to mention, this is another example of her being fucking full hip. So the night before is, she gathers them under the guise of wanting to apologize for her behavior. Okay, extend it to Bose. But
Start with Bose.
But no, she doesn't even do that.
Because she doesn't care. She's not really apologizing.
That's exactly right, because she wasn't being honest about why she wanted that dinner. It wasn't to apologize. It was to get some backup. So that's why she's not apologizing to Bose, because her apology was never real in the first place.
No, she could care less.
It's a straw man.
None of her apologies
tiger.
are real. Even her last apology of the episode is she just concludes everything by saying, I just want to move past this negativity and move forward. I'm like, you're not doing anything.
Avoid,
You're terrible.
avoid.
Yep.
God damn it. Anyway, so Sutton, Erica Jane, and Dorit arrive, and everyone can tell that Dorit has something on her mind. And she tells the group, Jagger asked her if she and Daddy are divorced. And it's palpable that the ladies all feel for her in this moment. And he asked her if she posted something on Instagram about separating from PK. That was hard. Poor little Jagger. God.
I mean, you made your bed, girl.
I definitely would have made that choice to not
Erica
tell
says
my kids.
She knows Dorit was trying to protect her kids, but I'm like, concealing is not protecting. It's harmful. And
It's not honest.
I got so sad that Jagger had to come to Dorit
to
ask her the fuck about it. And he found out about it on Instagram.
Oh my God, Margie,
this child
you're right.
found out, and not from any post, not from TMZ or some shitty blogger, his mother's post. This child read his mother's post, and that's how he fucking figured out they're getting a divorce. He had to go to her to say, are you getting a divorce?
Oh my God.
It's just,
I never thought about it like that.
It's
that
betrayal.
Breaks my heart. Oh
Me
my
too.
God. It's going to fuck with his trust, man.
And I swear that's probably why I was on Sutton's side at the end of this. Because I was like, don't you put on pouty eyes, Dorit. You did this. And the fact that your child approached you is shameful. I just was so grossed out that she was like, can you believe it? I'm like, no, I can't believe that you posted something on Instagram without conferring with your child about the state of your marriage first. You absolute avoidant. See you next Tuesday.
I wonder,
So
I
mad.
really hope, okay, here's what Josh's therapist said, and she said it to me too, because I also know her. When we make mistakes as parents, the way you write it is to repair it. You repair it by full fucking mea culpa of what you did. I did this, and it was not okay. And I apologize. And I will work on not doing that again. And then I need to work on it to not do it again. Repair is so vital. I wonder, and I hope, if Sutton hadn't interrupted her, I wonder if the latter part of what she was going to say would have included, I told him, I'm so sorry I didn't tell you guys. I was just trying to protect you. I hope she apologized. I don't know if she did.
I cannot imagine. The scene that my imagination crafted of a young boy seeing an Instagram post, that feeling, that sucking feeling where your stomach drops out of your body and there's a black hole where your heart used to live because you're getting information. It's like finding out, like when I found out someone was cheating from seeing evidence on a device, that feeling of just like, what?
Yeah.
Oh my God, like the panics, like she let that happen.
Oh God,
and I hope she apologized, but like that is such severe damage. Everyone saw it coming. Anyways, I just was really fucking bummed out by this and not at all interested in Dorit with a hanging face. Like, oh no. It's like,
oh my God. Oh my God.
Yucky.
You're so fucking right, man. You're so right. No, you're absolutely right.
Broke my heart.
It is heartbreaking. Oh, shit. You're right. We saw this coming. If he didn't see it, then a friend at school whose mom has Instagram and watches Bravo saw it. And
Dorit knows enough to know that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right,
She was
man.
avoiding, and it's so tragic to me that a little boy had to come to his mom and be like, hey, I read an Instagram post that you wrote.
Oh
that
my
affects
God.
my whole identity, existence, and well-being and safety and security and understanding of life.
Oh my God.
Can you maybe fill me in on that? And then he had to ask all the questions. He was like, are you guys going to be best friends? And she's like, well, I hope so. If it's up to me, we will be. But I don't know about your weird father. I just was like, again, it's all of my old damage surfacing. But
because Bravo is a mirror. Because these shows are a mirror.
And we've always said, like, Beverly Hills puts all of our family dynamics like right up in our faces of like, these are things that I'm reacting to because I have not completely healed or looked at all yet.
Yep. I mean, watching Kyle Richards through, like, the only eyes I have when I watch these shows are the eyes of someone that's been in therapy since I was 16 for the most part. And so the way they filter in my brain, it's personal because it touches on something that I've talked about or it touches on something that I am working on or aware of about myself. And like you always say, the most important part is it's a cautionary tale. Like if I don't keep working on myself, which I love doing, as uncomfortable as it is, I don't want it another way. If I stop, I could do that. I could have maybe not all of Kyle's tendencies, but maybe some of them. I'm not interested. I am not interested. I'd rather work and be uncomfortable.
Well, and I'm no longer comfortable in that life anymore. I certainly go through spells where I rest on my laurels and I'm like, I don't need to go to meetings. Like, I'm fine. I get
Margie,
it.
I need to call you out.
No,
even if you're not going to meetings, you are still working hard.
I am, but I'm well aware when I'm just like, I don't fucking want to. But then I see old behaviors start to emerge, and a lot of them are quietly self-destructive. Like, that's the gorgeous magic of being an adult child of an alcoholic, is we start harming ourselves quietly alone first before we do anything outrageous that anyone else will get wind of. But I'm no longer comfortable with that. So when that starts happening, I'm like, oh no, you got to go back to meetings. You got to, whatever. Anyways, here we get to the part. Dorit reports that Jagger asked her if PK and Dorit will still be best friends. And Sutton interrupts and goes, speaking of best friends, I got a note from Garcelle who said she wants this day to be positive and fun and put everything aside. And I think we need to get going because it takes us a while to get out there. And I know everyone looks startled and Dorit looks pissed. And I understand why, because Sutton's interjection was abrupt and kind of harsh. But again, we just saw Garcelle in hostess mode. She is awaiting their arrival, and it takes 2 hours to get there, more if they don't leave right now. Because if you leave at 3:15 instead of 3 p.m., you've added an extra hour to your commute. I don't know the math of how that works, but it just does. Welcome to Los Angeles.
No truer words were
hour.
uttered.
It'll add an hour.
100.
You got to get on the road.
Hate that drive. Hate it.
If you catch it at the right time, it's like drifting behind someone on a bike and you're like, woo, you just get out there. But if you get hooked into that, the second traffic starts, it goes immediately from being like a nice breezy drive to like stand still, stop and go forward.
God.
Nightmare.
100%. So Kyle, in her confessional, she says, oh, sweet Jesus Christ, I don't even know if I can say it. Okay, she says that Sutton is not great with her timing sometimes. Fair, we see the flashback to Sutton comparing her cashmere being stuck in customs to Dorit being robbed at home at gunpoint.
Sorry.
By, probably orchestrated by her husband. But I digress. It's like, so Kyle Olympic level projects by saying Sutton has a lot of rules for everyone else, but none for herself.
This is exactly what you said last week. Rules for thee, but not for me.
I mean, full hip.
And just pot kettle. Just
Jesus,
girl, come
but like,
on now.
Real committed to that. Like, really committed. Like, can you believe Sutton? Can you believe it? I mean, the audacity of Sutton. Oh, she's offensive. Margie, she offends me. She offends me.
Just giving us like an immersion course in you spot it, you got it.
My
just
God.
In the clearest terms, one finger pointing out, three pointing back at you.
My
it's
God.
like, girl.
My God.
It's embarrassing almost. At that point, I was just like, ugh, you skeeve me out. You're so disconnected from reality.
Yeah,
I'm uncomfortable.
She's giving me the ick. That's what the young kids like to say. The ick. She's giving me the ick. She's gross. Like, ew, you're gross, Kyle.
Yes, she is gross.
And scene. And we're done.
Mean, we're not even done. We
the
have so
end.
much more
I
grossness
know. I'm
ahead.
joking.
It's
I'm
amazing.
totally joking. I know.
But
Holy.
we get to Garcelle's beach house, and everyone's impressed and excited for Garcelle. And honestly, I'm bored at this point. We've had like 3 of the same scenes. It's beautiful every time we get a tour of the house. It's great. It's amazing, but I'm bored. Garcelle gives her loungewear line for everyone to wear. And
Is that her line?
Yes, they put it on screen. It's called like At Home with Garcelle Beauvais.
Oh, I didn't know that was her own line. Did I miss that?
We have dueling pajama lines because we had Kathy Hilton's line and now this one. And
Fuck
I
Kathy
just
Hilton.
like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But then for me, the pièce de résistance was Garcelle discovering the Dolce & Gabbana toaster that Jennifer Tilly brought as a housewarming gift. And this toaster, I encountered it at Williams-Sonoma. There's one walking distance from my house, and sometimes I just go cruise through there because it's like it's just like a satisfying kitchen museum for me.
Absolutely.
And I saw that toaster because I was like, oh my God, that's beautiful. And I went up and I was like, $70. And then I was like, $700? It's a $700 2-slice toaster that you won't leave on your counter because it's gigantic and it'll take 2 months. It was like amazing to me.
This is
why
most
I love Williams-Sonoma.
stunning toaster.
It's
and
gorgeous.
Again,
I would buy it if I like had, if it made sense to spend $700. If I ate that much toast, I would do it. Like the Nespresso machine and milk frother I bought are top of the line because I use them every day.
Mm-hmm.
Every day. Mm-hmm. A toaster.
I love toast.
I love toast, and maybe I'd really get into it if I had a $700 Dolce & Gabbana.
It is so pretty.
Gorgeous. It was beautiful.
It's so pretty. I've seen it, and it's gorgeous, and I just don't like those men.
They made a good toaster, man.
I mean, Smegs are pretty pricey on their own without being a collab with D&G, but like, yeah, $700 for a toaster.
That's twice the price. Yeah.
That's so nice of Jay Till. She gives good gifts.
She does.
That's
a great gift. And it matches the decor. It's like that beachy blue and white,
It's beautiful.
It's very thoughtful. It's lovely.
So thoughtful. Oh my God. I love it.
Then everyone makes fun of Sutton's high-waisted pants.
Oh, geez.
They take a golf cart to the beach. There's a lovely beach setup. There's a bar. Jennifer Tilly creative directs a photo op, which I don't know. I could have watched that go on for hours. Where she's like, oh, no, not horizontal. This is for Instagram. Oh, no, we're not going to be backlit. No beach pics. We're going to be backlit. Like, she was crazy.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Again, it's just so earnest. There's nothing annoying about it because it's just so honest.
Right.
Like, it's not rude. It's just her truth.
Yeah. And she's not like sappy, sweet kind of earnest? Or is it just that she has so much money that she's like, whatever,
the people I feel safest around are the people who know who they are and know what they like.
Yes.
Even if they're assholes. I always said this about Adam Carolla. Like when I was younger, I was like, I don't like him, but I feel fine in his presence because I know exactly what he thinks. He's really clear about his opinions on everything and everyone. You're never wondering if when you leave the room, if he has a different thing to say about you. And Jennifer Tilly is like the softer, gentler version of that, of just like, no, I don't need the shot that's backlit because that's gross and I'll never use it. And, oh, don't hold the camera that way because that I'll never post because it's for Instagram. Like, she just knows what she wants and she's direct about it. And that's great.
And I feel the need to disclaim that this is the Adam Carolla from like 20 years ago, not the Adam Carolla now, who's like the anti-vaxxer, Joe Rogan MAGA. Oh, yeah. He went.
Hilarious.
He's divorced. He and Lynette got divorced.
I literally know nothing about him since he left Loveline in like 2002.
Oh, yeah.
The last 23 years are, I don't know what's gone on. It doesn't sound good.
It's not
Sorry.
good.
I didn't mean to conjure that
No,
name.
it's okay because on Loveline, and even when he started his own podcast, he was funny, but he went.
It's weird. I never thought he was funny.
Side.
I just knew what he was going to say, and there was comfort in that. Of like, he's sort of offensive, at least in the Loveline days. And now even I imagine he's just really upfront about like, I don't believe in vaccines. I love Joe Rogan. It's like, you're not going to be confused.
Ew, he's so gnarly.
But at least we can know that as opposed to someone like Kyle who presents one way and then, you know, she presents jokes and memes and behind your back, it's I'll keep your confidence. I've never broken it. You can trust me with anything. I'm here for you, baby. It's like, huh? That's
She's
terrifying to me.
I liked listening to Adam Carolla too because I really liked his co-host Teresa Strasser.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. She balanced him out really well. So
this was so long ago.
Oh my God. It was literally.
I had no idea what had become of him. I'm embarrassed I brought it up. I'm so ignorant.
No, it's okay. That's why, because I had a feeling you were referring to like old Adam Carolla and I felt really protective of you and I didn't want anyone thinking that you were talking about like current day Adam Carolla. We're referring to like 2006 or 9 Adam Carolla.
Not even, because I lost track of him when he left terrestrial radio.
Yeah, when he left
I never
Loveline
even
with
heard
Dr.
him
Drew.
and Teresa Strasser.
They both went nuts. He and Dr. Drew both went like, oh God. Vaya con Dios, man. I don't give a shit about those dudes.
I wrote an email to K-Rock because they had Dr. Drew on right as COVID was breaking out. And of course he was like, it's nothing, don't worry about it. And I wrote an email and I was like, hey guys, I really appreciate you having that viewpoint on, but I wonder if it's worth looking at these other articles because it does seem like this might turn into something kind of serious. And it does sound like everyone in your studio has already had it because like 2 of them had been dying of a like deathly cough and lung filling it. Like it was crazy. So anyways, that was my last ditch effort. And then the show got canceled and I never heard anything ever again. So hooray.
Yay.
Terrestrial radio. There were good days. Who cares?
Who
Literally, cares? God, nobody called for this. So we wind up at the beach. Kyle approaches Dorit to talk. They go to have this talk on the beach and Kyle has approached Dorit to say, can we please talk? And then she just sits there like a fucking bump in the sand. And Dorit's like, okay, I'll start. And she initiates a very impressive line of questioning. And I have to say, again, I was so impressed with how she kept her composure. Because Kyle lies throughout this. Truly, that's who she is. Kyle lies throughout this conversation. And I am on my couch going like, oh my God, that's a lie. And Dorit's like, okay. And she just kept pushing forward and without losing her shit. And she had every right to, and she would have been right to, but she was so calm through all of this offensive bullshitting. It was really impressive.
And it's more powerful. It's more impactful than
absolutely. What a
screaming
lesson.
And having your vein pop out and going, but you guys,
even if you're right. Because Dorit asked Kyle, did you, past tense, consider us good friends? And Kyle says, yes. I'm screaming, Amazon Live, oh my God, you
totally, Amazon
out.
Live.
And Dorit just says, do you want to salvage the friendship? And Kyle goes, I do. Do you? And Dorit goes, very much. It's just so measured. And I was like, oh my God, you're so nice. And then Dorit says, when Kyle wrote to PK that she will never share anything he shares with her, Dorit knows. And she repeats that. I know that Kyle was offering PK a place to tell and keep secrets. And Kyle outrageously tries to defend herself again. You can't say that I know. That was my way of saying I'm a trustworthy person. You know me. Anything ever shared with me, I never repeat it. That was just my way of saying I'm a safe space.
Oh, my
And
God.
I'm just like, oops, you just dug a hole. So what you're saying is the text meant exactly what it said and what everyone assumed it meant. You said, all I'm saying is I'm a safe space for you to share things that I'll never tell anyone. Then she tries to backpedal and she goes, I mean, I know he's not going to reach out to me as like a million other friends. I lost my mind here. I'm like, you don't know that he's not going to reach out to you. And in fact, I'm guessing that you expect him to reach out and confide in you. And I'm guessing it's already happened. And he has instructed you to get this topic of conversation off the table and off camera. I think that is what's motivating Kyle here, is that PK and her are in contact. And he's like, do not talk about anything on camera. This divorce is going to be a shit show. And so she's trying to sideways. But this is my conspiracy theories going off the rails again. But I trust her so not at all.
Oh, no.
That conspiracy theories start to mushroom in my brain because I'm like, nothing you say could possibly be the truth.
She has zero credibility, 0.0 credibility, 0.0. So Dorit asks Kyle, is your loyalty with me or is your loyalty with him? Because if he's texting you about me, I would hope and expect you would tell me because that would be helpful to me. To me, your supposed good friend that you care about. I don't think, Margie, that Dorit should be friends with Kyle. And I don't know why she wants to be friends with Kyle after all of this. I don't know why.
I do. I think she's losing everything right now.
Oh, you're right.
So you just try to hang on to anything.
You're right.
That used to exist and be a source of solace. PK's gone. Her money's going to go. Her house is going to go. It's all going away.
You're right.
So I understand the instinct to, and I think that's why she started the line of questioning with like, do you want this? Because if you don't, I'll just walk away and consider you a loss. If you do, I will fight for this because everything else is gone.
Jesus Christ.
It's so sad. And Dorit says it's unrealistic for Kyle to be friends with both PK and Dorit, given our circumstances. Yeah. And she says, you know that girl's girl you always talk about being? Show me. She says that in a confessional, but it's also implied in her tone with Kyle, and I appreciate that.
Right. And what can Kyle say? What can Kyle say?
Just lies.
Yeah.
That's it. Because she says, well, I wasn't thinking about choosing sides and I didn't know anything about the state of Dorit and PK's relationship. Bullshit. And then she says, he's never said anything bad about you and I certainly would never talk badly about you to PK in 1,000,000 years. I hope you know that. And I was like, of course she doesn't know that because she doesn't know anything because you've concealed so much that we don't know what you're continue to omit. There's got to be more that you're not telling because you had such ease and conviction in trying to tell us memes and jokes when there was clearly so much more going on. You're a creep. Grody.
It's so disgusting. I mean, I Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Dorit lays it out for her and she goes, this comes back to if we're friends, Kyle. What would you want from me? I want you to give me the same respect. I want to start earning trust back. And Kyle deeply unconvincingly says, I want that too. It's like, it is way less desperate than when she wanted to have lunch with her daughters. That felt like a sincere, urgent need. This was just like, yeah, okay, we'll do that. And then Kyle's such a liar. In her confessional, she says, I didn't think it was going to be difficult to maintain friendships with both Dorit and PK. Really?
If someone called if Dorit was texting Mauricio, well, I don't think I have to tell you what would happen.
It's also like, is this the first divorce you've ever seen? Like, what do you fucking mean? Have you watched a TV show?
Oh my God, I'm so naive. I'm such a babe in the woods. I have no idea. I don't know what the protocol
I believe
is.
The best in everybody. Fuck off.
Oh
my
Jesus.
God.
She's
And then this, which I was this just enraged me.
Enraging.
When she said, I didn't think it was going to be difficult to maintain both friendships because anytime Dorit and I have gone through a hard time in the past, PK and I have always maintained our friendship. And that is what Dorit was telling us about last week, which is them talking shit about Dorit. So when Kyle was having a hard time with Dorit, there's surely nothing else PK and Kyle were engaging about other than, this is what's stupid about Dorit. Have you had experienced this with Dorit? Stupid Dorit. And then she goes on to say, but if that's what she needs, that irrational, spoiled, crazy person, I'm fine with that. I just want to move forward and put all this negativity behind us. And it gets worse. And she goes, I feel bad about PK because he's actually been a good friend. Gross.
My God. Oh my
God.
God.
But I still understand. And then this sounds like she's in like a hostage video. She goes, I do believe that women have to stick together. And I'm like, wow, what a hero you are, Kyle. You just gave all the evidence as to why you're an asshole and then tried to round it out with some heroic women, protecting women statement.
Amazon Live. Amazon Live.
Everything she's done in this whole episode, having a dinner behind Dorit's back, talking shit about Dorit to Bose when she's in bed after surgery. Everything she's done is awful. And then they hug, and I didn't know what to make of that. It didn't seem... It just felt like two people who were cold on the beach going like, we'll stay warm here for a second.
No, it's very tentative. It's very tentative. Yeah. So they sit down for lunch, and Garcelle starts a game. My least favorite fucking thing when they do this, but like at least this one was quasi-fine. They bring up indecent proposal, and Erica Jane is down. Garcelle says she's done it for less than $20 million. So, all right.
I did die laughing a full hip moment when the question was asked, what length would you go to for $1 million? And Erica very quickly is like, that's not a lot of money anymore, so not far.
Oh,
and
my
I was
God.
like, excuse me, you've been going through years of lawsuits over $750,000 that does not belong to you. What do you mean? You'll go to any lengths for less than $1 million. You will rob widows and orphans for less than $1 million. You have no idea who you are. But I see you.
Damn,
I don't hate you.
I don't hate you, but I see you. Oh, my God. Margie. Margie.
But Erica, it's like, what are you talking about? $1 million isn't that much anymore. Oh, well, if it's not that much, if it's just pocket change, take it out of your ears and give it to people with horrendous scars and family members who have now passed. Like, come on. God.
What offended me about that line is just like, do you know how many people, do you know the lives that could be changed by $1 million, but you say $1 million isn't that much? You fucking asshole.
Yeah, truly. But she's also like, she thinks she's living in like a hovel when she's in the heart of Hancock Park in like a gorgeous 3-bed, 3-bath with a pool.
She's in the best part of Hancock Park. Yeah. She and Kyle are just mirrors of people who are absolutely, utterly oblivious and don't give a shit. No, maybe they just don't get, I don't fucking know. Who knows?
They think they're entitled to more always.
Oh, God, you're right.
Erica, it's like more money. Kyle, it's like more respect, more applause.
More adulation.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes. More followers. Yeah. God. Oof. All right. I mean, Erica Jane's never been in love. I don't know. Whatever. I'm not surprised. And I don't give a shit, right? Honestly. Oh, and then Bose in her confessional. This really, I had some feelings about this. She says, I love, but somewhere in the back of my mind, there's a little voice that's like, be careful, be careful, be careful. But I keep shoving rose petals on her because I just tell her to shut up and let me be in love. Just let me be in love. I wondered, like, is this her gut instinct telling her this is not the right relationship for her? Or is it past relationship pain and hurt that's affecting her ability to trust? What do you think?
I think it's the latter. I think the relationship before this man she's currently with was so damaging.
Yeah.
Because he was sleeping with his ex and wasn't forthcoming about that. And,
yeah.
But I'm with her. It's like that nagging voice will always be there. And I've now come to the place I'm like, well, what if it's right? What am I going to do? Like not enjoy, you know what I mean? Just like just be alone and sit in silence in safety like, I don't know. What's the point? You only live once.
Dude, you're so healthy.
I'm not. Ask my therapist because she's like, there's always another asshole right around the corner and you'll find him. And I'm like, I know.
But it's
I'm
a good
also not
perspective
willing
to have. Like, okay, something catastrophic might happen. So I might get hurt. But like, what are you going to do? Not try? Not?
Yeah. And like not experience love. It's
right.
so fun.
Yeah.
And it's also devastating when it ends, but I don't know. As a sponsor in one of my programs always says, if you get hit by a bus tomorrow, will you be happy about how you live today?
Oh, Jesus.
And like, if I sit safely in the corner of my couch alone without entertaining invitations from men I can't be totally sure about, I guess I'll be safe in the corner of my couch.
You're right,
like,
man.
That's so, I don't know.
Risk is terrifying, but it is so powerful.
And I have to say, with the perspective I have now, the heartbreaks I had were so physically painful, I thought they would kill me.
Yeah.
I really mean that. I really didn't think I would physically survive. I'd never felt pain with no physical injury before like that. But I look back on all of those relationships fondly. I wouldn't trade any of the experiences that I had. I got to do all these things. I discovered new hobbies. I went to places I would never have visited because that person's friend was getting married there. And I was like, great, I'm along for the ride. Like, what a cool fucking time. And I guess I could have just not had any bad boyfriends and sat in my apartment and had a sterile existence. But like, I don't know if it's Kyle's unseasoned baked potato existence. It's like, yeah, I'm a fucking russet potato. But I would like some butter and sour cream and salt and pepper, and I might clog your arteries, I guess, but like worth a fucking shot. It'll taste good.
Jennifer Tilly shares that she is in love with her man, and she was in love with Sam Simon. And I loved this. Again, the earnestness you speak of, just this is what it is. This is what it is. She thanks Sam Simon every day. Whenever she can valet park her car, or when she can buy Gucci. I loved it. She's like, I thank him for this. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing.
And
it's
the
gracious.
Way she talks
and
about
honest.
Yes, and it's not greedy when it comes from her. It's not like, look what I got. She said, I feel his energy with me. And, they say, money is called currency because it flows,
Oh,
and
shit.
I believe she feels his energy in those exchanges of money. And I'm shocked that I don't find that grotesque. I actually find it like an act of magical love and connection between the two of them still.
Oh, my God.
It's so weird because everything morally in me should be like, that's gross. But it's not somehow with Jennifer Tilly because I believe she loves him and honors him and thinks of him and memorializes him with every valet park. And I bet she tips like a maniac. And what a gift.
Oh, God, I really hope so.
What a gorgeous flow of money.
I really hope so. I really hope so.
I don't see her being stingy.
I really hope so.
What about her reads stingy? Not a damn thing.
Okay.
You don't think?
I have no idea. I feel like it could be a crapshoot. Maybe she
gave
does.
Garcelle a $700 toaster.
You're right.
And
She
nobody
did.
else brought a
She
gift.
did. Okay.
This was not a bring a gift occasion.
Okay.
So I would guess she probably peels, like she will never run out of money. So why not peel off of 50 to, whoever parks your car?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Or maybe that's just how I
don't know. I don't
Jennifer
know.
Tilly money. I don't either.
Know.
I certainly don't know. But her energy does not seem like someone. Like, I could see Kyle, like, counting dollars and being like, not 6, just give him 4. Like, I could see her just being a tightwad, plain baked potato. Whereas Jennifer Tilly is just this, like, opulent fucking Fabergé egg. I don't know.
I know.
Comparable. Who cares?
And then,
anyways, go ahead.
We just wrap it up with some lanterns. It's too windy. I don't give a shit. I was exhausted emotionally by the time this episode ended.
I was the dead bird on the beach by the end. I was like, I'm completely spent. You took everything out of me. And now I'm just like I'm prone on my back on the beach.
You're a rotting pigeon carcass on the beach.
I did love that Kyle found it. Those birds are trying to get to her and tell her something.
Yeah, you're right.
2 of them hit the window at the beginning, and then comedy in 3s. The 3rd one is dead on the beach in front of her.
Oh my God, Margie. Oh my God, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
I don't know what they're trying to tell her, but something's up.
Oh my God. Friend, what else did you watch this week?
I watched The Bachelor, and it's really interesting. So it's the first open adult child of an alcoholic as the lead. His dad is newly sober, and he's very open about how that's affected him and what he wants in a partner. And his dad shows up at like a lunch with him And it's uncomfortable. You see a kid trying to trust that their parent isn't going to relapse, but the parent can't promise that, but he wants the best for his kid. It's really an interesting, challenging, interesting dynamic that I'm curious. Obviously, that damage will inevitably drag him through the mud on this show. And I'm kind of curious to see how he navigates that, Wow. I don't know how healed he is on his side of the street, with a newly sober parent.
Oof.
As he tries to create his own family.
Well, I wish him well.
Likewise.
Mm-hmm.
And then I watched Roni suddenly after being completely off board.
Yeah.
Per your recommendation, I watched that last episode and then I watched the reunion and it was all over the place. Again, my heart breaks for Brynn and I thought there was some real justice for her bad behavior. And it's really a dynamic reunion. And that's pretty much it. That's all I watched.
Okay.
How about you? What did you watch?
I watched The Traitors. Ooh, yeah, a new episode's out today. Treat myself. Below Deck Sailing Yacht. It's the episodes where Colin and Daisy are getting together. And Colin is my favorite of all the people. And I know Chase has been he's been a little, like when he said, let's do tequila shots out of your boobs. Like that was not appropriate at all. But I feel like, I don't know. I like that guy. Anyway, I think that show is so entertaining. The Salt Lake City reunion, which was really, again, emotionally exhausting. Lisa is what we see of Lisa. Let me put it that way. What we see of Lisa, I find her to be a pile of hot garbage. She does damage. She's not just self-centered and lacking responsibility or accountability for any of her actions. What she did with Bronwyn's daughter, Gwen, and Gwen's dad, his parents, just her insistence that she just insists on taking their side. The way she inserted herself into that, they talked about it at the reunion. It's just, I can't. Again, I'm flabbergasted and I can't imagine what it's like to be like that. I find her terrible. It was a good reunion, but it was also emotionally exhausting. And then the Roni reunion. First of all, I thought everyone looked stunning. I wasn't crazy about Brynn's outfit at all. I did not like it, even though it was see-through. People have been comparing it to Carol Channing and something she would wear, which I think is really cute. But I didn't like it. I thought Jessel looked amazing. I wasn't as wowed by Jenna's outfit as a lot of people were, but I did appreciate the drama of it and the unexpectedness of it. I appreciated that.
Great.
God, Uba.
Oh my God.
Here was one of my
makeup. Holy shit.
So that's what I was going to say. My favorite part of the reunion was the makeup. I loved Erin's makeup, Erin's blush. I love a lot of blush, and it was blended it was airbrush, and it was gorgeous. And the gold eyeshadow on Uba, everyone's makeup was stunning.
Yeah.
It was gorgeous.
They looked amazing.
And I just kept getting distracted by blushed cheeks. I just love a heavy blush. I love it. It's just it's so beautiful. And that was a heavy-ass reunion, too. When Jessel was confronting Brynn about the damage that she did to her marriage and her friendship. It's not lasting damage, but everyone in Jessel's life had to take a minute to process that. I'm sure her parents watched the show. What the fuck, Brynn? Pavitt's a real person.
To just go I'm sorry. And I love Jessel being no, fuck you and shut up and listen.
Yeah.
Because it's not an I'm sorry, oopsies. It's and Brynn is just a mess of I'm sorry, oopsies. And that wears very thin very quickly. Because it's the difference between an apology and an amends.
Yes.
She's apologizing, but her behavior is getting worse, not better.
Yes.
So I'd be done with her too. However, I feel absolutely it doesn't take away from the trauma she has suffered.
No, not at all.
And I loved Uba. Uba's so raw, being so clearly heartbroken for her former friend having gone through that and also being really clear on why they're no longer friends.
Yeah. I was so impressed by Uba. I was so impressed.
Too. She really was Uba Zen.
I was very inspired. Brynn was egregious and also damaging. That was damaging what she did.
It was truly disgusting.
It was
It's just
terrible.
more intentional
Yeah.
lying for like short-sighted
My God.
self-service.
And for Uba to cry for her,
Yep.
that is something that Kyle Richards or Lisa Barlow could never do. They could never do that. Yuck. Yuck. And that's what I watched. I watched those things. Yeah. And friend, what was your antidepressant?
My antidepressant was last night, I went to, do you know Vidiots, that old video store? So for anyone who doesn't know, it's this video store that was founded in the 80s and has survived this long. And it's become like a community gathering space. And they're currently holding free movie screenings most nights of the week for the purposes of bringing Los Angelinos together for community as we still go through these fire damages and people try to recover. So they have free screenings. You buy concessions and bar stuff to support the theater, but they insist they just want to sell it out so that people are gathered in a space to have a community experience under their roof. It's such a beautiful outreach. I could barely stand it. And the movie last night was Clue, which I'd never seen, and it was hilarious, and the crowd was great. Maybe the movie wasn't hilarious, but the people in this space were having a blast, and so I was having a blast along with them. And I loved the theater, I loved the movie, I loved the crowd, I love LA, and it was just such an LA extension of outreach. Like, we get this reputation of being so selfish and fake and plastic. This theater, until further notice, is holding free screenings, and they just want you to come. Whether you have a house or yours is in ashes, you are to be there and you are theirs for that 2.5 hours. We want to like have you in a warm space, watching something to take you out of this moment in community with people who are here too and care about all of this. It's everything I love. It's just like, you know, people using their gifts and services to support a city that's really in pain right now. There's so much grief everywhere you go. You cannot go through a day without crossing paths with someone who's lost everything.
Oh, God. I just got chills. I'm not surprised to hear this. I actually am. I mean, we were friendly and ran in the same circles. I don't know if she's the owner or the head of the theater. One of my friends is really good friends with her and her husband, Dan Wilcox, who happens to be a fantastic DJ on KCRW. So his wife, Maggie, who I'm friends with, she runs the theater.
I think she introduced the movie last night.
Yes.
She was fucking wonderful.
She's like pint-sized dynamite with a lot of
I turned to my friends,
passion.
I'm like, who is this woman?
That's
like,
Maggie.
She's the best person who has such a passion for videos. And she's like, you can rent a VHS player. You can rent a DVD player. There's no excuse not to like go next door and look for something you want. Like she loves the theater. It's in Eagle Rock now. And like, she loves it was just, she's
been
great.
Passionate, like fiercely passionate about cinema for, I first met her probably in 1999 or 2000. So like 25 years. And she was making like independent films then. I'm just saying that like I'm not surprised to hear this, and it makes me really smile so much because of course she did it. She is a huge-hearted person and so funny.
And
She's
like she is really
smart.
funny. She's got great presence.
Yeah.
And before the movie ran, there's this little like video that talks about, you know, like the history of Vidiots and its purpose. And that was shot long before the fires happened. And in that was a coworker of mine, someone I worked on a writing staff with. Her husband was in that movie, and at the end they said, you know, the talents were donated by the people who took the time to do this. So I emailed her this morning and I was like, your husband is like a community-minded gem. Like, how delightful to see him. And she wrote back saying like, he loves Eagle Rock. They helped secure that building for Vidiots. Like, they're so invested in their community and in Vidiots, and like, they are just, you know, she's like, he's the unofficial mayor of Eagle Rock. He loves everything about this place. And I was like, well, tell him it mattered that I saw him, you know, clearly it was a long shoot. They did a lot of things to tell us the history of Vidiots and its purpose today. And it was funny and energized and wonderful. And it was all donated by everyone who participated. It just made me like, see how good.
See how tight it is? I have no idea that you were ever going to meet Maggie. And here you are talking about someone whose Halloween parties I went to for years. They had epic Halloween parties, she and Dan. They used to live very close to Spaceland in Silver Lake, and the parties were legendary. This warms my freaking heart. And the fact that she wrote you back, like, right away with so much passion and, like,
she was like, this is so nice.
Gratitude. Yes. Oh, my
and
God.
I was like,
I love
but
it.
I really do feel like, and I mean it, I feel like community is what will get us through everything that's happening locally in Los Angeles, nationally, and globally.
Dude.
Community. Something like that theater opening up so people can have a place to just let go for a couple hours and then go back into the trenches of this world we're living in right now. But we can survive when we take care of each other in those ways with what we have to offer. And Vidiots is such a great leader and example in the LA community. And I'm sure they're not the only ones, but man, I had a great time last night for every possible reason.
I love it so much.
I just was fulfilled on every level. It was wonderful.
What a small world. I just love this. It's just, oh my God. Oh my God. I can't wait to tell my friend who I know her from, like, that this happened. I love it.
How about you? What was your antidepressant?
As an actual antidepressant, like, I've gotten back in the habit of doing my ketamine at home in between my IM sessions. And Margie, I will be damned if every single one that I do in the last 6 months, I just, I've been trying to, like, get more into writing. I'm so scared of it. It feels so daunting to me, but there's something specific that I want to write. And every time I take the ketamine and I'm like emerging out, or like 3/4 the way done, just shit starts writing itself. And I either have to, like, get into my little digital tape recorder and write it, or I grab my journal and I scribble it down the best I can while being on this medicine. And it is like the joy I get from that. It just sustains me until the next time I do it. And I start to feel a dip about 6 or 7 days after I've done it at home. And I do it and it just shifts everything. It unburdens me. And it helps me rewire my brain, and I am so grateful for it. So that was a literal antidepressant. And then my emotional figurative antidepressant is my little boy is turning 9 on Sunday. And so it's his last year as a single-digit kid. And so right now I am just, like, squeezing him and kissing him and just, like, harassing and badgering him, like, as much as possible for, like, like, let's go do this. Or, like, I'm still holding his hand when I walk him into school. How much longer is this going to last, And if I'm out or doing this at, after he's gone to bed, he always tells Josh, tell Mama to come in and say goodnight to me. I just love him so much. I just love watching him grow as a person. And he's so fucking charming and fun to be with. And it's like, I want him to come to Target with me because he makes me laugh in there. And I make him laugh in there. And it's like an adventure. That's my other antidepressant, is just my little boy.
I mean, I can vouch. He's magic. He's great. I love that guy.
I mean, I even have some friends that, like, they don't care for children, which fucking fair. Like, I validate anyone who does not care for children. I get it. I really do. I have one. I love him. Other kids, yeah, a select few for sure. But, like, in general, I get it. My point is, my friends that have that view to the point where they're like, this is not for me, even they like my kid.
He's great.
I don't take responsibility for that. I really don't. Like, his personality is fierce and unique, and I can't shape it. I just like to watch it and encourage it. And I was listening to Josh earlier today. I lose track of how many times we tell this little boy that we love him. But, like, I heard Josh, I was probably getting ready to do this, and he's like, hey, what? I love you. Like, it's just so cute.
Aww.
And Leo just was like, oh, God. All right, okay. And I'm like, oh, it's so awful. My mama wants to give me a kiss and a hug. Listen, if I knew it really bothered him and if he was really setting a boundary, I would not do that. I promise you, consent is important, is important, even when I'm giving my kid a hug and a kiss. See, I felt paranoid, like I had to say that, or people would think that I wouldn't do that. Like, I'm fucking crazy. Oh, well, not perfect yet.
Exactly.
Jesus.
Well, not perfect yet.
Anyway, Margie. Wow.
We got through it.
We
I was
did.
afraid of this one. It was
I
just
was
like
too.
it was so intense watching it that I was like, I don't want to talk about
I
it now.
know.
It's too much.
I
But
cannot.
we did it.
It took
Good for
3
us.
hours to take notes. Oh
I know.
God, it was so hard. Anyway, but I love talking about it with you, and it makes
Yeah.
it worth it every single time. Yeah, I had a lovely time talking to you, and everyone, we hope you had a lovely time listening. That's the cherry on top, you know? Everyone, we've reached the end. It's if you're still there, my God, we've reached the end. Thank you for listening. You know where I can find us. We're on Instagram at A Therapeutic Dose. You can email us at A Therapeutic Dose.
At gmail.com.
It's, oh my God.
It's all right. It's late.
It's late. You can reach
Neurospicy, whatever.
Yeah, you can reach us at atherapeuticdose@gmail.com. And as individual content creators, we always, always, always appreciate a review. And if you could pass it on to someone that you think might enjoy it. Yeah.
Yeah. And everyone just take really good care of yourselves, and we will talk next week.
Yeah. Remember, at the end of the day, you're not Kyle Richards. So you're already winning at life. You're not Lisa Barlow. You're winning. You're winning. Okay? All right. Take care. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Ramona and Margie are, obviously, not doctors and do not provide medical advice. Their content is intended to be used for entertainment purposes only. It is not intended to be, should not be interpreted as, or used as a substitute for medical advice or a diagnosis of any health or fitness problem, condition, or disease, nor a recommendation for a specific test, doctor, care provider, procedure, treatment plan, product, or course of action.
My mom isn't a doctor.